Hey guys, it's CodingTuts and welcome back to a brand new video. I haven't said this in a while, but I'm back, and today I'll be showing you how to create an accordion in HTML using simple CSS and jQuery. So first let me show you what we're going to be doing. If you don't know what an accordion is, it's actually when you click on a title, its content expands. And it's pretty simple effect to achieve, but we can also make it so that when we click on a title, if other cards are expanded, they will collapse. And this is what I mean. So now if we click on this and it expands, and we click on a other card, the first card will collapse and the second card will expand. So I will be showing you both methods, and they're actually both pretty simple, so let's just jump into the tutorial. Alright, so we have a blank page, and I have just a simple HTML setup. I have imported jQuery using a CDN, and I have also included my custom JavaScript file, main.js, and we have also linked our CSS file that just has a body attribute with padding 0, margin 0, and a font family sans serif. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create our markup. So in HTML, I'm actually going to add a comment, accordion, so that I know where it starts. We're going to create a wrapper first. So it's going to be called accordion wrapper. Of course, you can name them whatever you want, but I just like to name them this way. So accordion wrapper, and each accordion element, I don't know how it's actually called, but we're going to call it a card. So I'm gonna create a couple of these cards. So let's go with 4. Alright, and one more. And each card is gonna have a title. So I'm gonna add a paragraph with a class of card title and hello world number 1. Actually, I'm just gonna copy this and paste it. Oops. I'm gonna just change the numbers so that we know which ones we're clicking. Let's refresh, and there we go. And also, each card is going to have a body, but the body is actually going to be in a separate div, so that if you decide, you can add stuff like images, other headings, whatever you want in that body. It's not just limited to text. So we're gonna create a div with a class of card body, and inside I'm just gonna write a custom paragraph, but inside you can also add tables, images, as I said, whatever you want. And I'm just gonna write hello world, this is a simple paragraph. And I'm gonna copy this body and paste it in the other cards. Alright. There we go. Now let's hit refresh, and we can see that it appears. Now let's just do some basic styling. So in my CSS, I'm gonna target the accordion wrapper, and I'm gonna give it a max width of 600 pixels, but again, you can do whatever you want, and a margin of 0 auto. This way it will just center it. Alright, now for the card, actually, I'm going to say background color AAA. The color of the text is going to be white. Then the padding is going to be 15 pixels on the top and bottom and 30 pixels for left and right. The border radius is going to be 3 pixels. The cursor is going to be pointer so that it creates an illusion that it's clickable, although it will be actually clickable, but it's just a simple div. It's not a link. And then margin bottom of 5 pixels so that there is space between each card, like this. Alright. Now for the card title, I'm going to say font size 22 pixels and then margin 0 so that it actually removes this space. There we go. And then the final thing that we want to style is the card body, which we're just going to say display none because we don't want it shown. And then cursor default because I don't like how the body itself has a cursor of pointer. So there we go. Of course, this is pretty ugly actually, and you can customize it however you want. Let's just see why the second, what is this? Okay, I forgot, I actually didn't close the paragraph. There we go. Alright, now it's time to move on to our jQuery code. You can do this with JavaScript. It's just super long code. Well, it's not a very long code, but it's significantly longer than what it would be with jQuery. So that's why I'm going to be using jQuery because it's much simpler and much less code to write. So the first thing that we're going to do is say when we click on the card, so card.click, we're going to run a function. Alright, and let's just say alert something. Alright, now let's hit refresh, and when we click on each card, it's going to be alerting. Alright, good. Now, we want to target the index of each card. For example, this has an index of 0, this 1, 2, and 3. So to get the index of each card, we're going to create a new variable, so let index, and that will equal to this dot index. See, super simple. Now let's alert that. We can also console that dot log it, but alert works just as well. So 1, and this will have 0, and this will have 3. Alright, good. Now what we want to do is select the current card. So the current card is the card that we're clicking. So let current card, I'm gonna write it shorthand, is equal to card.eq. So eq is shorthand for, I'm not really sure what, but it actually means index. So eq with an index of index. Alright, now we need to select the current body, and the current body is actually the body of the current card. So we're gonna write let cur body, so current body equals, and I'm gonna show you a really cool trick because we need to target the body of the card that has an EQ of this. And instead of writing these quotes, these single quotes, press on the button that's on the left of your 1 on the keyboard. Alright, and it should open like this. And then we're gonna say card column EQ. So it's just the same, it's the same as this, but we're writing it in our selector, not as a separate function. Method. And EQ, and then $, curly brackets, index. And this is I didn't spell index right. And this is exactly the same as this. Alright? But now we can also continue to write card body. So this will select the card body of our current card. It's pretty cool, right? Well, of course, you can also say current body dot card body. Current card, yeah, dot card body. But I like this way better. Alright, and that's pretty much what we're gonna be targeting right now. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to create the second method that I showed you in the preview, and that's when you click on a card, all the rest collapse, and just the one that you pressed, that you have pressed on collapses down. So it's actually super easy to do, and all we need to do is say all the card bodies, so card body dot slide up. It's a built-in JavaScript function that will pretty much turn the element from display none to display block by adding an animation that slides it up. And then we want to say current body dot slide down. Now let's go and test this out. There we go. I told you it's super simple. But as you can see, if we press on the same element twice, it doesn't collapse, it just collapses and opens up again. So it's super easy to fix, and all we need to do is add a simple if statement. So if current body .css display, so if its display attribute equals to block, we're gonna say current body dot slide down. Alright, and then else, and then just paste this code inside. Now let's hit refresh, and what happens if you click on this again? Nothing. Let's see why. Oh, it's because we wrote slide down, which will expand it, but we actually wanted to slide up. So let's hit refresh, and there we go, voila. But what if you don't want the when you click on a title, all the other elements to collapse, slide up? Well, that's also pretty simple to do, so I'm just gonna comment this out. I'm gonna continue writing down. We're gonna have to say if current body has a class, so of course there's a built-in function in jQuery of active, so you don't actually have a class of active right now, but we're gonna fake this, we're just going to be adding the class of active so we know which ones are toggled and which ones aren't. We can also do this by checking if it has a CSS display of block or none, but I think this is a shorthand version of that. So if it has a class of active, we're going to say current body dot slide up. So if it's active and we press on it, we want it to slide up. And then else, if current body dot slide down. So if it doesn't, it's gonna slide down. Alright, and then below that we're gonna write current card dot toggle class active. Oops, there we go. And actually, I see that here I wrote current body, but the body is not the one that's going to be having the class. It's actually the card itself. So we're going to write current card. Alright, now let's hit refresh. Alright, it works just as you would assume. And now if we click on it a second time, it collapses. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty simple to do both versions. Of course, you can choose whatever you need to fit your needs. But anyways, this is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you found this tutorial useful, make sure to hit the like button and please subscribe for more videos. As I said, I'm back. I haven't posted for the whole of 2019, but I'm back. And if you have any video recommendations for me to record, please make sure to leave them in the comment section below. And I'll see you in the next video.